Good day. I am Alexander Secretary. Today, I will be presenting my proposal for architectural design in Capstone entitled Off the Wall, a proposed extreme sports center. Extreme sports, also known as action sports, alternative sports, sporting events or pursuits characterized by high speed and high risk. The sports most commonly played in this group are skateboarding, snowboarding, freestyle skiing, inline roller skating, and BMX and mountain biking. Typically, extreme sports operate outside traditional mainstream sports and are celebrated for their adrenaline pumping thrills. Racing and acrobatic competitions for motorcycles and snowmobiles are also often classified as extreme, and the term can be stretched to include such daring pursuits as rock climbing and skydiving. Extreme Sports Center is an extreme sports venue that offers a comprehensive range of services, from outdoor recreation facilities. The goal of this Extreme Sports Center is to give a specific place to conduct extreme sports activity and to share their talents and enthusiasm to all athletes. The Extreme Sports Center provides facilities and amenities for all the registered and unregistered customers or users. The facility serves extreme sports services and provides the following sports: skateboarding, BMX riding, inline skating, scootering, bungee jumping, and wall climbing. All facilities are provided under control of experts and specialists. This kind of services is one of the concerns of the Extreme Sports Center for the safety and security of the users and athletes. Groups or crews of different genres of extreme sports in Metro Manila are now scattered and quite known around and outside the country because of lack of training grounds, also known as for them as the spot. Extreme sports are now utilizing private areas and public space that is not suited for the said activity. Those activities, especially at night, are becoming legal because of low restriction of public spaces and private area. Walkways and roads are used as a spot when vehicles that are traveling are few. Others are just playing within the parameter of construction sites and ongoing projects, which is dangerous for cases like falling debris. Some use parks, which has wide area, stairs, and amenities for them to jump and do tricks. Some of them use public monuments like KKK Monument, Rizal Monument, EDSA Shrine, etc. This has smooth flooring, stairs, and other heights for them to jump and do tricks. It can cause bad image in the eyes of the tourists and other people living and traveling around the area. Objectives of the proposal: to give better place and environment for the aspiring and professional extreme sports enthusiasts, where they can play and enjoy without any disturbance and any rampant issues with the higher authorities. To introduce Extreme Sports Center as an extreme international activity in our country that will showcase an array of different types of extreme sports and how such sports is to be rightfully executed, giving chances to enhance talents and skills of the aspiring and professional extreme sports enthusiasts by providing suitable and ideal site and facilities. To attract other foreign extreme sports aficionados to visit and experience their own sports in the Philippines. To become the host and venue for international events like SEA Games, Go Skateboarding Day, X Games, and to be recognized as one of the best extreme sports center around Asia. Vans is an American manufacturer of skateboarding shoes and related apparel based in Santa Ana, California, and owned by BF Corporation. The company also sponsors surf, snowboarding, BMX, and motocross teams. Since 1996, the company has been a primary sponsor of the annual Vans Warped Tour Traveling Rock Festival. Vans Philippines played a big role of being the outstanding brand and icon in the skateboarding scene here in the country. establishing fine urban subculture in the metro and promoting extreme sports at the same time. Vans managed to stay on top of the industry when it comes to extreme sports events. Vans Philippines targets to have a full potential extreme sports Filipino athletes and promote their infamous sports here in the country. To cater more nationwide international events to promote the Philippines tourism and awareness in the progression of the subculture that can also help our countrymen. Philippines have a group of extreme sports athletes in different brackets of some extreme sports. According to the blog titled My Life on Board, several communities like Philippine skateboarding, longboarding, BMX community, and scootering are the known groups in different regions in the Philippines. They are also the community who are also annually joining an annual event called Go Skateboarding Day. Aside from those data, the researcher also have gathered data from skate parks and companies that offer extreme sports facilities. First, COG, or the Center of Gravity Skate Park in Sendris, Quezon City. According to them, from year 2016 to 2019, they have a total of 5,894 visitors. The park is composed only of vert ramp, pyramids, and grind rail. There is a fluctuating number of visitors per month each year, according to them, due to the visitor sharing of other skate parks that offers free entrance. Next is the Mountain View Skate Park in Circuit, Makati. The park started out in the year 2015. According to the logbook holder of the park in the previous years, from 2018 to 2019, they had a total of 2,455 visitors. Next is Team Sandugo's base camp. The base camp started in year 2013 and it is owned by Sandugo Company. The base camp offers wall climbing of different stages. According to their logbook, in the period of 2 years, from 2017 to 2019, they had 14,820 visitors. The last one is the Ninja Academy PH. Ninja Academy PH is one of the biggest parkour community in the Philippines. According to their records, in the previous years, they had 6,269 visitors, composed of members and non-members. Based on the data gathered, the general number of users or athletes is 129,065. Visitors are the main users or spectators of the events or gatherings at the center. Tourists are the people who are from nearby provinces and cities. Performers are the entertainers that are meant to amuse an audience. SWOT analysis. For the strength of the site is directly accessible by bus and taxi via Desdiado Macapagal Avenue. The site can still be accessed indirectly via jeepney through Highway 54 or EDSA. The site has available utilities such as water, power supply, and telecommunications. It is close to 3 major roads, EDSA, Carlway, and Desdiado Macapagal Road. For the weaknesses, one of the weakness is because the site is in proximity to major roads. Medium to high traffic and noise pollution is expected. Opportunities. Successful implementation of planned unit development. The site is near from the location where in needs of extreme sports center. The site has sufficient electrical, water, telecommunication, and sanitary lines. Threats are natural phenomenon, keeps air and other pollution in the building, and many of the users will relocate and designate another extreme sports center. This is the site analysis. The sun goes from east to south of the site. and the initial plan is to orient the building in that direction so as to capture the sunlight. The site is near two major roads and a highway, namely Rojas Boulevard, just Dado Macapagal Avenue, and EDSA. The site is bounded by Coral Way, which is a minor road. Now let's talk about the site and its immediate environs. At the north side along Coral Way East is the Philinvest Cyber Zone building. It is an apartment building built in 2016. On the eastern part from the site along Dado Macapagal Avenue is the Biopolis building. It is an 11-story mixed-use development which serves as a haven for health and wellness. Approximately 3 kilometers from the site is the NAIA International Airport and Villamor Air Base. The site is also close to hospitals like Pasay General Hospital and Adventist Medical Center, and low to luxury class hotels like Okada, Soler, and Nobu Hotel. The initial plan is to create 5 buildings. The Extreme Sports Center is the main building of the project. Admin building for the managing and controlling of the Extreme Sports Center. Engineering building composed of engineering offices which is responsible for building maintenance and the deciding of the obstacles in the indoor parks. Extreme Sports Museum cater different athletes that are known for their achievements and awesome stunts and practices. It also caters history on how extreme sports race in the Philippines. And lastly, the security building. Site criteria. Location. This kind of extreme sports center is ideally located in an urbanized area where people and extreme sports athletes are playing that can commune them in one place and give sufficient needs for the users. And being a new type of tourism attraction, close to the proximity to any transportation is needed. The convenient access to the Extreme Sports Center is also an advantage. Accessibility. Accessibility is a very important factor in the site. To generate tourism effectively, closeness to modes of transportation is good. The access to the site should be connected or near the major roads. Size of lot. The size of lot is important for the other facilities of the Extreme Sports Center. The importance about the size of the lot is for the future expansion, for future developments, and other extreme sports facilities, amenities, and utilities that must be considered in the site criteria. Availability of major utilities and services. Water supply, power supply, communication, and other utilities should be within the reach of the site. Zoning. Zoning is very important when we design or start the planning of structure. The proposal must be fit to the zoning ordinances of the area. Transportation. Different transportation like buses and trains must be located or linked near the site for easy transportation and also for the safety of the users. Security. Security is one of the important factors for the said project for them to move freely and safely around the site. This is the bubble diagram for each building. And this is the matrix diagram that shows the relationship between buildings and spaces. Initial design translation. The design concept is modernism. Modernism is a global architecture and design movement that emerged in the 1920s as a response to accelerated industrialization and social changes. First, pursuing order and universal in architecture, modernism utilized new materials and advanced technology and rejected old traditional historical ideas and styles in ornamentation. Modernism emphasized function, simplicity, and rationality and created new forms of expression with a new aesthetic. Initial design translation. The design concept is modernism. Modernism is a global architecture and design movement that emerged in the 1920s as a response to accelerated industrialization and social changes. Pursuing order and universal in architecture, modernism utilized new materials and advanced technology and rejected old traditional historical ideas and styles in ornamentation. Modernism emphasized function, simplicity, and rationality and created new forms of expression with a new aesthetic. The form concept. Skateboarding began in California in the 1950s when surfers wanted something to surf when the waves were flat. They called it sidewalk surfing. The shape of the ocean waves will be incorporated to the design so as to present or show motion. This is the development controls based on the Rule 7 and 8 of the National Building Code of the Philippines.